The echoing mansion. When I inherited my great-aunt's mansion, I was skeptical. The vast old Victorian had been abandoned for years, save for the wild stories of ghosts that echoed within its walls, but I always dismissed them as tales from my family's eccentric history. The house stood atop a lonely hill, surrounded by a sea of dead trees, its once elegant spires now gnarled, the windows shattered. Despite the mansion's ill repute, I decided to spend a night, hoping to quell the rumors for good. The moment I entered, a heavy silence enveloped me, only broken by the occasional groan of the house. I unpacked my belongings and set up in the once grand master bedroom. As night drew close, the entire house seemed to exhale, and a cold wind swept through. I was settled in, reading by the flickering light of a lantern, when the first whisper came. A soft, unintelligible murmur that seemed to come from the walls themselves. Startled, I looked around, but the room was as still as death. I tried to dismiss it as the wind or the house settling. But then, it came again. This time, closer. "Is anyone there?" My voice was but a hesitant whisper in the cavernous room. No answer. Sleep eluded me. Each time I closed my eyes, the whispers grew louder. I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination playing tricks. That was until the whispers turned into a song, an old lullaby that my great-aunt used to sing. I grabbed my lantern and ventured into the corridor. The song was clearer now, echoing through the grand halls. Following the voice, I was led to a room at the end of a hallway, the nursery. The door, adorned with faded paintings of playful animals, creaked open to reveal a room untouched by time. Rocking in the center was a cradle, and a figure stood beside it, humming the lullaby. The dim light of my lantern revealed the woman's form, ethereal, almost translucent. My great-aunt, just as I remembered her, but with hollow eyes and a shimmering form. She looked up, her gaze piercing through me. "You shouldn't have come," she whispered, her voice tinged with sorrow. I stumbled back, my lantern flickering, threatening to plunge the room into darkness. Why?" I stammered. The room grew colder. Shadows crept along the walls, shaping into figures. Faces of my ancestors, their expressions twisted in pain and anguish. They reached out, their ghostly fingers brushing against my skin, icy cold. "The mansion remembers," my great-aunt murmured. "It feeds on memories, on souls. We're trapped here, and now so are you." I turned to flee, but the door had vanished, replaced by an endless expanse of darkness. Desperation clawed at me. "How do I leave?" I screamed. The shadows tightened around me, their whispers growing louder. Memories flooded in, of deaths, betrayals, and secrets buried within the mansion's walls. But amidst the cacophony, my great-aunt's voice emerged. "Break the cycle," she urged. "Find the heart of the house and set us free." I didn't understand. What cycle? What heart? My thoughts were scattered, drowned out by the overwhelming presence of the spirits. I ran, my lantern casting eerie shadows as I descended into the bowels of the house. I came upon a door unlike any other. Older, bound in iron, with a heart emblem. Pushing it open, I was met by a pulsating darkness. At its center stood an altar, upon which rested an ornate mirror, its surface clouded and churning. Drawn to it, I approached cautiously. Within the swirling mist of the mirror, scenes from the mansion's past played out. Acts of cruelty, grief, and heartbreak. But there, at the heart of every memory, the mirror itself stood, watching, absorbing. Realization hit me. This mirror was the heart. It held the souls and memories of every tragedy that befell the mansion. With newfound resolve, I raised my lantern and hurled it at the mirror. Flames burst forth, consuming the ancient relic. As the mirror cracked and shattered, a deafening roar filled the air. The spirits screamed, a sound of pain and release. I collapsed, the world spinning around me. When I came to, dawn's light streamed through broken windows. The mansion was quiet, the oppressive weight lifted. The spirits were gone. Leaving the ruins behind, I knew I had set them free. But as I descended the hill, the wind carried a soft lullaby, a final farewell from my great aunt. The mansion might have been silent, but it would never forget, and neither would I.